Be me, 21 years old, final year of university, full ride scholarship for track and field, specifically shot put and hammer throw. Basically, I'm the designated strong girl on campus. 5 feet 11 inches, a solid 200 pounds of what I considered to be pure, unadulterated, patriarchal, dismantling muscle, majoring in gender studies with a minor in sociology. You can already see where this is going. My entire personality for the past 3 years has been feminist athlete. My Instagram is a curated nightmare of me hitting a PR in the gym, followed by a 10-page carousel of infographics about the wage gap or male privilege. My Twitter is a war zone. I spend half my day arguing with anonymous eggs about how female athletes are systematically underfunded and undervalued. In my mind, I am Xena, warrior princess, and every dude who tells me to make him a sandwich is just another goblin for me to slay with a sick burn about his micropenis and internalized misogyny. I am, in short, extremely online and insufferable. My core belief, reinforced by my professors and my social media echo chamber, is that the physical differences between men and women are wildly exaggerated. It's not biology, it's social conditioning. Centuries of telling women they're weak has made them weak. Men are only stronger because they're encouraged to be, and they have all the resources. I am the exception. I am the proof. I am what happens when a woman is allowed to be strong. I genuinely, unironically believe that with the right training and mindset, I could compete with and beat male athletes at my level. I am the protagonist of this story, and the world is about to find out. The university announces its annual Highland Games and Strongman Classic. It's a small, local event, a bit of fun, some keg tossing, stone lifting, stuff like that. They have an open men's division, and that's it. No women's division. The reason, as the email states, is lack of interest in previous years. I see red. This isn't lack of interest. This is systemic erasure of female strength. This is the patriarchy, telling women to stay in their lane, to not even bother trying. I fire off an email to the athletics department that could peel paint off the walls. I use all the buzzwords: exclusionary, problematic, perpetuating harmful gender stereotypes. I CC the dean, the student newspaper, and my favorite gender studies professor. Checkmate, misogynists. The head of the athletics department, a tired-looking guy named Mr. Henderson who probably just wants to retire, calls me into his office. He looks like he hasn't slept in a week. "Chloe," he sighs. "We had a women's division for 3 years. The same 3 women signed up each time. One of them graduated, one transferred. We can't hold a division for one person. So you just cancel it? You don't try to promote it, encourage women to participate?" I'm practically vibrating with self-righteous anger. We did. The flyer was posted everywhere. The simple fact is, not many women on this campus want to throw a 20-foot caber. "I do," I say, crossing my arms. My trump card. "I want to compete." He rubs his temples. "Okay, but against who?" "Against the men." The silence in the room is deafening. Mr. Henderson looks at me like I've just offered to wrestle a bear. "Chloe, that's not a good idea. The weights are completely different. The implements are heavier. It's a safety issue." "So you're saying I'm too weak? That a woman can't handle it?" "I've got him. He's a university employee in the year 2025. He can't say, 'Yes, you are biologically not built to lift the same weight as a man of a similar size and training level.' He'd be crucified." He just sighs again, a deep, soul-shattering sigh of a man who has accepted his fate. "Fine," he says. "You can enter the men's open division. You'll have to sign an extra waiver. A very, very detailed waiver." I walk out of that office feeling like I've just won the Nobel Peace Prize. I immediately post about my victory online. Force the university to acknowledge that strength has no gender. Competing in the men's division to prove what women are capable of. Hashtag smash the patriarchy. Hashtag like a girl. The post blows up. My followers are ecstatic. "Yes, queen. Show those insecure men what a real strong woman looks like." Any comment that says this is a terrible idea, or you're going to get hurt, is immediately dogpiled by my white knights and deleted. I am living in a fantasy world, and I am the queen. The next 2 weeks are my training montage. I'm in the gym every day. I'm strong, I really am. I can deadlift 405 pounds, squat 350 pounds. In the world of female athletics, I'm a powerhouse. I watch videos of strongman competitions. I see the weights they're lifting. They seem high, but not impossible. In my head, I'm already picturing myself on the podium. I can practically taste the salty tears of the men I've defeated. My friends, none of whom have ever lifted anything heavier than a textbook, are my hype crew. You're gonna destroy them, Chloe. They won't know what hit them. I eat it all up. My ego inflates to the size of a hot air balloon. The day of the competition arrives. It's a sunny Saturday. A small crowd has gathered on the university's main lawn. I'm there in my custom-made tank top. It has the Venus symbol on it, but the circle is a kettlebell. It's clever, you see. I see the other competitors. There are about 10 of them. My heart sinks a little. I was expecting a bunch of beer-bellied weekend warriors. These guys are big, not like bodybuilders. They're strongman big, thick torsos, massive backs, forearms like hams. There's a guy who looks like a lumberjack, a quiet dude with a shaved head and a neck as wide as my waist, and a cheerful-looking ginger giant who must be at least 6 feet 6 inches. They aren't hostile. They barely seem to notice me. They're just warming up, laughing with each other, focused. This is the first crack in my armor of self-delusion. I was expecting to be the center of attention, the controversial figure. To them, I'm just there. First event, the log press. For reps. The log is a beast, a thick, unwieldy cylinder of steel. The announcer, a cheerful phys ed teacher, booms over the microphone. All right, folks, our starting weight for the log press is 220 pounds. 220 pounds, 100 kilograms. My blood runs cold. My absolute all-time 1-rep max. The heaviest I have ever lifted over my head in my entire life, after months of peaking, was 185 pounds. And I almost blacked out doing it. This is the starting weight, for representatives. I look at the other guys. None of them even flinch. For them, this is a warm-up. I'm up third. I watch the first 2 guys go. The lumberjack steps up, cleans the log to his chest like it's a bag of groceries, and then rattles off 8 reps. He makes it look easy. The quiet bald guy goes next. He's slower, more methodical. He grunts with effort, but he gets 5 clean reps. My turn. The crowd is quiet. My friends are screaming my name, but they sound very far away. Next up, representing herself, it's Chloe, the announcer says, a little awkwardly. I walk up to the log. It looks immense. I chalk my hands, take a deep breath, and try to get a grip. I pull. I manage to roll it up to my lap. So far, so good. Now for the clean. This is the part where you explosively pull the log up to your chest, catching it in the rack position. It's a violent, full-body movement. I squeeze every muscle in my body and heave. The log comes off my lap, and then nothing. It feels like it's bolted to the floor. My back screams in protest. I can't get it high enough to even start the roll. I drop it. The thud is pathetic. The crowd politely claps. It's the good try, little buddy clap. I have 60 seconds. I try again. Same result. My time runs out. My score for the first event? 0. I walk back to the competitors area, my face burning with shame. I avoid looking at anyone. The ginger giant gives me a small, sympathetic nod. It almost makes it worse. Second event. Farmer's walk. 2 heavy handles, 1 in each hand. Pick them up, walk 50 feet as fast as you can. The weight, 275 pounds per hand, 550 pounds total. That's like carrying a small cow, the announcer jokes. I train farmer's walks. I'm good at them. My best in the gym is 200 pounds per hand. I can run with that. 275 pounds. I watch as the lumberjack picks them up and just walks. He's not even running. He just strolls down the course like he's taking his dog for a walk. My turn comes. I approach the handles. They look like medieval torture devices. I bend down, get a good grip. I brace my core, flatten my back. My deadlift form is good. I know this. I pull. I pull with every fiber of my being. I imagine all the Twitter trolls I've ever argued with are trapped under these weights. The handles break the floor. They come up about an inch. My grip gives out. Instantly. It's not a question of strength, it's a question of physics. My hands are simply not large enough or strong enough to hold on to that much weight on these thick handles. I try again. Same thing. My fingers uncurl as if they're not connected to my body. Time's up. My score for the second event, 0. I didn't even move 1 inch. At this point, my fantasy has completely shattered. I'm not Xena. I'm a joke. My friends have gone quiet. They're looking at their phones, probably pretending to text. The cognitive dissonance is too much for them. Their Yaz queen has been utterly and comprehensively humiliated. I want to go home. I want to dig a hole and crawl into it. But there are 3 more events. Third event, the Stone of Strength. It's an atlas stone, a big, ugly concrete ball. The goal is to lift it over a 4-foot wooden bar. The stone weighs 310 pounds. I have never even touched a stone this heavy. One by one, the men lift the stone. Their technique is amazing. They lap it, hug it, and then explode upwards, popping it over the bar. Some of them make it look easy. The ginger giant, whose name is apparently Dave, is an absolute monster. He just picks it up and tosses it over like a medicine ball. I'm last. There's no point. I know I can't lift it, but I have to try. Quitting now would be worse. I walk up to the stone. It's tacky with pine resin. I try to get my hands underneath it. It's so wide I can barely get my arms around it. I pull. The stone tilts. I get it maybe 6 inches off the ground before my back rounds and I have to drop it. I nearly crush my foot. The crowd is dead silent. They're not laughing. It's worse. It's pity. I try one more time. A desperate, pathetic heave. I manage to get it onto my thighs, but my grip is gone. My back is screaming, and I have no energy left. The stone rolls back to the ground. My time is up. Score for Event 3, 0. I am officially in last place with a grand total of 0 points. I'm sitting on a cooler, chugging water, trying not to cry. A huge shadow falls over me. It's Dave, the ginger giant. "Tough day, huh?" he says. His voice is surprisingly gentle. I just nod, unable to speak. "You're trying to muscle everything," he says, taking a seat on the grass next to me. "Especially that stone. You've got the leg drive for it, I can see that. But your technique is all wrong. You're trying to curl it. You got to get your hips under it. Explode up, not out." He's not mocking me. He's not patronizing me. He's coaching me. He's treating me like another competitor who's having a bad day. I've never lifted one that heavy before," I mumble. "I could tell," he chuckles. "Look, there's a women's amateur competition in the next town over in a couple of months. The stones top out at 220. The log is way lighter. You're strong. If you worked on your technique, you'd probably clean up." He pats me on the shoulder, a gesture so casual and friendly, it completely disarms me. "We all start somewhere," he says, before getting up to prepare for the next event. His words hit me harder than any of the failed lifts. This man, this pinnacle of toxic masculinity I've been raging against online, was the first person all day to offer me genuine advice and encouragement. He didn't see me as a political statement. He didn't see me as a threat or a joke. He saw an athlete. That's it. My entire worldview, built on a foundation of academic jargon and online outrage, crumbled in that single moment. I wasn't fighting the patriarchy. I was fighting gravity. I was fighting bone density and muscle insertion points. These men weren't my oppressors. They were just stronger. It's not an insult. It's not a political statement. It's just a biological fact, as plain and simple as the sun in the sky. And in that moment of total, ego-shattering failure, I felt an incredible sense of peace. The burden of being a symbol, a warrior for my cause, just lifted. I didn't have to prove anything to anyone anymore. I just wanted to lift heavy things. I quietly withdrew from the last 2 events. I found my friends. "I'm not feeling well," I lied. "I'm going to head home." They looked relieved. I walked home, ignoring the notifications blowing up my phone. I got to my apartment, took a long shower, and then I did something I hadn't done in years. I deleted everything. I deleted my Twitter account. I deleted my Instagram. I logged out of Facebook. I scrubbed my entire online persona from existence. The warrior was dead. MFW, I spent 4 years and thousands of dollars in tuition to learn that I was a clown. MFW, my greatest enemy wasn't the patriarchy, but my own hubris. MFW, a giant ginger lumberjack, taught me more about humility and respect in a 30-second conversation than any of my professors ever did. MFW, I realized I don't actually hate men. I just hated the fact that some of them were stronger than me and my ego couldn't handle it. The next Monday, I changed my major to kinesiology. I signed up for that women's competition Dave told me about. I still lift. I'm stronger than ever. But now, I'm just an athlete, not a statement, and I've never been happier.